and welcome to Too Stupid to Live, a podcast about romance novels, usually $5 and under. Okay, I'm your host, Becky Feldman, and how do I put this? Okay, in Heated Rivalry, when Shane gets hurt, but he tells Elia that he's okay and that, getting a concussion is part of the game and that we all get our bell rung eventually. Well, I think that officially my bell has been rung in that I didn't, we didn't get hurt or anything, but well, emotionally we did. Okay. My guest and I thought that we were downloading a horny romance story to review for this episode today, but in reality, we downloaded content generated by AI, which is being sold as a romance novel when it is, in fact, not a romance novel. Now, as someone who is honestly ashamed to admit that I have freelanced for a company which does use AI, I feel like I can say with certainty that today's book was definitely outputted by a large language model that is specifically programmed to not generate sexually explicit content. We got punked. We were duped. And I guess in this day and age with AI, it was bound to happen. Some people get duped by AI and believe that babies can do really great choreography before they can even walk. I got duped by downloading smut and got an output that didn't even follow what I'm sure is the number one instruction, which is to write a romance. So for today, when it comes to being too stupid to live, it's me. I am too stupid to live. But I couldn't be prouder of this episode because I have a guest today who really committed to giving this book a chance, making this episode so much fun to record. And you are going to have such a great time listening. The hilarious, talented actor, writer, improviser, Anne Gregory is here to review this book with me. And you know what? I'll even share a synopsis I wrote for this book, The Highlander's Secret Nun, just so you know what we thought we were reading. During the growth of Christianity in medieval Scotland, a Highlander monk named Gregor meets a nun named Iona who, to avoid an unwanted marriage, is basically pulling off a Whoopi Goldberg-style sister act. This chance meeting between two soon-to-be monastic individuals makes them realize they can't devote themselves to the Lord if their hearts are devoted to each other. Ooh. That sounds like way more intriguing than it actually is. So please enjoy this review of The Highlander's Secret Nun. Yeah. Okay, we are reviewing a book with me who has ADHD. I will confuse this with other books. I will confuse this with non-romances. I'll confuse this with actual historical events. So get ready.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
ADHD, same. When were you diagnosed?
I was diagnosed at 37.
I was diagnosed at like 40. Yay!
Oh, yay. And so, yeah, it's so fascinating because I'm kind of like, well, what do I feel like I burnt down my house in a way, and I'm like, what do I do with this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you go on medication for a while?
I did, and I still am on it that I use
cool.
when I need it. But I just wish that the medication, I don't know, could fix problems.
Oh, make you not leave cabinet doors open and drawers open.
Or just make Trump not be president, things like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, but this week has been a doozy, by the way.
This is
my God, it's crazy. Anyways, it's crazy, which segues into this book, which
segues into this book, which I am so convinced was written by AI. I just have this feeling, and I feel bad.
Yeah. I agree. I think that it wasn't totally written by AI, but I was no offense to the author. Lisa something?
Elisa? Yeah, let me check.
It's on my Kindle. See, this is the thing. I read everything on a Kindle.
So
I got this for $1.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, who it is, and then I have to open it, and then you have to swipe, and then you have to go to the front page, and it takes an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it was written by Lisa Adams.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Or
I'm the same way.
Alyssa
Alyssa.
Adams. Sorry.
I mean,
My eyesight too. That's another thing. Okay.
we're
Alyssa Adams, guys. We don't
yes.
want to malign the author, but it's clear that anytime she hit an impasse, she
Mm-hmm.
just went to ChatGPT.
Exactly. Yeah. And like, I just feel like even like the first sign, well, first of all, let me just on a personal note, when like you're planning like an event, like, or like an outing with your friends or family, and
Hmm.
just everything goes wrong and you're like, fuck, like nothing's going right.
Yes.
That is how I feel with this book. There are so many Highlander books, there are so many secret nun books, and I gave you the option of the worst one.
No, it's okay. I chose it because I was like, oh, I like Scotland. I like
Yeah.
medievally stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, I studied medieval studies in college, so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this will be interesting. And actually, I didn't hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think my favorite part of this romance novel was just convent life. Um,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
was so G-rated, most of this thing. It was like so the love scenes were so tame. There were very
Yeah.
few of them. Was the first one on like page 91 or something?
Yes. It wasn't like the love didn't happen. It was way late. Like it was more than 50% into the book where we
Yeah.
like kind of get horny. Yeah. It was
And it was
terrible.
barely horny.
Yeah. It was like a computer describing sex. So that's
Yeah,
why
and it was
I'm
like
like,
also they were discussing procreation beforehand, and you're like, ew, way to like
yeah,
ruin the mood.
totally, totally. And
And
that's why
birthmarks, like birthmarks, genetic birthmarks right before they had sex? Come on.
yeah, yeah. It was like that's what felt like so not human about it is
Yeah.
like computers are like, what is purpose of sex? Humans to recreate babies. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's just like, and then there's genetic defects that happen. And I'm like, this is feeling like, I don't know. It feels like AI.
No. Once
Yeah.
okay, so this book is
Hmm.
about Iona.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I was saying Iona, but Iona, you
Oh, I was just going like taking off the F out of Fiona and just
oh,
going with it.
that's good. Iona. Then let's
I
do
don't
that.
know. I
I
don't
don't
know if
know
that's
either.
right. I
I
didn't care to
okay.
look it up. I just, went ahead. And the sex pot monk, his name is
Gregor.
Gregor, which is
Mhm.
just such a sexy name. It's really not.
It's hard to like I try so hard to be like Greg, like to a picture like a Gregor, but
Gregor.
yeah, but it just
Help
felt
me procreate. Hopefully, we don't have a birthmark on our child's face.
yeah. And then also what's wrong with a birthmark? I mean, okay, yeah. Anyway, moving on. I don't want to cut you off your train of thought.
No, no. So, that's the main point of this book is that
Yes.
a woman who has to flee an unwanted marriage set up
Mhm.
by her evil father
Mhm.
escapes to a convent
Mhm.
where a young monk,
Mhm.
Gregor, is at, and they just immediately fall in love.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Snow White style, like or like not even Snow White, I mean Cinderella style, where they just see each other and it's like love and there's not a lot of talking or anything. And
Mhm.
they're like, yes, you for life. And
Computerized. Yeah.
computerized. And then they eventually get together, and
Mhm.
then there's some hiccups.
Mhm.
But once they're together, I'm checked out.
I was checked out the second, like honestly with the way that this book was written. Here's another thing that
Okay.
and again, I'm not shitting on the author, but whatever, maybe I am. When like you are printing out a bunch of pages and then you drop all the papers on the ground
Hmm.
and then you pick up all the pages together
Hmm.
and you're just like, I hope it's in order, and you just like put them together and then you send them off to the publisher and you just hope that that's being published in order, but then you realize no, it's not. That's what this book felt like there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
some things that were out of order.
They were out of order. Then they would like talk about, Gregor used to be with a different person, and then they didn't end up together, and that's one of the reasons he joined. He
Mm-hmm.
became a monk, but it was really because of this special monk, but not really. And it's like I don't give a shit about any of that stuff.
Yeah, and no one gives a shit about the other side characters, and that's another reason why I thought it was AI, because this is what I think. Like, I just knowing how like Chat GPT works, I
Hmm.
feel like someone this author or whoever, put
Sorry,
in.
Alyssa Adams.
I'm
Like, we
sorry.
don't want to
Yeah.
hate on you,
Hmm.
you know,
But like, I do feel
but it's
pretty
pretty hateable.
duped.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel kind
I
of
want
like,
my
yeah.
$1 back that it
Yes.
cost
I would
to
like my
purchase this.
$1 back
At
too.
least some horniness. There was no horniness.
It was like, yeah, there was no horniness,
There
there
was
was
like
no
brief
sex.
nipple
Hmm.
play and then just directly to penetration.
Another thing I don't like, okay,
Hmm.
like in terms of the horniness, like I feel like I have an issue with like it feeling like very childlike. Like it's not that I don't like the story of like someone like losing their virginity, but I don't. They felt they seem so stupid, like they were seeing themselves naked for the first time, if that makes any sense at all. And I'm like, you're smarter than that. Like you felt horny, but do you know what I mean? Like you're just like they felt so like
No, no, no. And it
dumb.
was like, yeah, I mean, I know you like the clothes you wore were like crazy back in medieval times in
Hmm.
Scotland, and like you probably had lots of pelts on in the
Yeah,
winter or whatever. But
sure.
like, and undergarments, but
Hmm.
you still would take a bath here or there,
Yes.
and you would have seen your body naked. I mean, they didn't
Mhm.
have like, full length mirrors, but you would have seen your body naked. That was kind of weird,
Totally.
and there was no
Yeah.
internal life
Yep. You're right.
whatsoever. And
Hmm.
that's like my favorite part about a book in general that you
Hmm.
don't get necessarily in a movie. I mean, you can kind of, unless there's, narration or VO, you're not getting that internal life. And that's what I love about a book is like
Yeah.
diving into the internal lives of our characters. There really wasn't a lot going on with these characters.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell me about this some more. Like,
Okay.
your reading habits. What kind of genres are you into? You love internal lives.
I
What
do
what
love
do you flock
romance.
towards?
I probably don't. Sometimes I'll do like a sexy romance, but like
Hmm.
honestly, I could do like Jane Austen all day.
Yeah.
But there's none of that here.
No.
Like there's none of the banter and like, oh, I kind of hate this guy, but oh my God, I'm so attracted to him and blah,
Yes.
blah, blah. There's none of that tension. It's
Hmm.
like they immediately saw each other. I want to be with you. And all of the tension is external.
Yes, and that is not a romance novel. And
No.
so I feel like when the author put in the prompt into Chat GPT, please write a novel, please write a romance novel, they forgot to say romance. And I think they just said, please write a novel that takes place in medieval Scotland with the rise of Christianity and make it like this love story and but didn't write romance. Like I just like I'm like,
No.
this isn't a romance. And
There
like,
was no romance. There was
yeah.
no like tension of like, oh, maybe we got married too soon. Like there's no
Yes.
tension in that, and then refinding the sexiness. There was nothing.
There was nothing. And even the chapter titles, another thing I thought that was Chat GPT, because the chapter titles were just like a summary of the action that happens in the chapter. So it's like
Mhm.
Iona's escape, Gregor's, professes his love. Like it's just like this feels very much like a computer just outlined this, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just went off the rails. Like, okay, so the main bad guy is this Baron,
The
right?
Baron and the father. Yeah.
And the
Hmm.
father is really the bad guy. But at
Yeah.
first, it's like the Baron. And am I wrong? I definitely like sped read
Hmm.
this or speed read this.
And
Well, okay,
works for me.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm making them both pass.
Hmm.
Um, he's just fat. That's
Yes.
the only bad thing about him.
Yes, he is fat and he has gout, and
Like
that's yes.
that's like they make him out to be like the worst person ever, and he's literally just fat. And he
Hmm.
paid a dowry for this woman. She's
Yes.
not underage. She's not like what's going on nationally right now. Like that,
Right,
like,
right.
and this was the thing at the age. A dowry was a normally accepted thing, and she didn't want to marry him. But like, they paint him out to be just everyone knew he was just the most evil person ever, and like literally all it says is that he ate a lot
Hmm.
and had gout, right?
Yes, that was it. There was nothing that like he did that was like that made us scared for her life. Like, oh, what did he have like seven dead wives before her? There's like no
No, and he didn't
yeah,
like trigger warning, but there was like he never like threatened to essay her. Like there
right.
was none of
Yes.
that stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so like I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
he's like the worst character ever. Like he's like a tame Jabba the Hutt, but without the sex slaves.
Yes. Yeah. Like I'm sure he wasn't great, but he wasn't someone like it kind of
He
felt
was
like
just fat. It was just fat shaming.
it really was. And that kind of makes me nervous about the state of AI because I'm like, is AI like kind of have this like kind of like internalized stigma against like obese people and fat
No.
people? And I'm
Okay,
like, this scares me about the future.
Becky,
Yeah.
totally just going off the rails here because
Hmm.
ADHD.
Yeah.
And how my brain works. Like I do think in general, like we had like a couple of months of like fat acceptance.
Hmm.
And then we had COVID and now we have GLP-1s and it's just
Hmm.
like, okay, everyone is allowed to be anorexic again.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a moral failing. And I'm like, what the
Hmm.
hell? Can we
We
go
are
back to that time?
Yes, we are going. It does feel like we're going through a backlash because I feel like for me, we're seeing so many people who kind of like, for example, Oprah, who maybe embraced like what their bodies look like, but then all of a sudden they're on GLP-1s. I actually don't want to judge people because I know people
I
who are
don't want
on
to
it,
judge anyone
but
who's on GLP-1s.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's not what it's about. I'm just
Hmm.
saying, I think that around the time it's GLP-1s are a medicine, so it is,
Hmm.
and I'm not anti-medicine at
Of
all.
course not. Me neither. Yeah.
And some people need it, absolutely, and it can be a wonderful thing. But I do think, like, where did the fat acceptance go? I don't blame GLP-1s, but I do think GLP-1s do make money for corporations.
Hmm.
And then they're going to want to be like, that's what you want, and don't
Right.
accept your, less than perfect,
Totally. Because it's
the
like,
paradigm thing. Yeah.
yeah, like it's adding to the narrative that like, someone's like weight or obesity is in their control. And
Yeah.
now that we have this like, this medicine where we see all these celebrities slimming down so fast and making it like I'm constantly seeing commercials for it. It's always on my
Oh my God.
algorithm.
It's in front of
And
my daughter just turned 12
oh
and
my
it's like
God.
on all the time on
Oh
like kids
no.
shows and you're like, cool, 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 cool.
That's horrifying to me. Like that's
It's
so
so
scary.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
when
my
your
God.
body's changing and you're like, oh my God.
Hmm.
Anyways, I digress. That was the
Yes.
only bad thing about this character. And I'm like, this is totally suspect. And then Craig is the real bad guy, and he's a real
Mhm.
bad guy.
He is bad. I'll give him that. He is not. He is, but he's like an arch villain. Like he talked like Jafar. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But Jafar was Jeremy Irons. This guy didn't have that
oh
much. Like,
no.
like
Hmm.
you can't unparalleled, right? I said that with a lot of confidence. I'm pretty sure it's Jeremy Irons.
I was about to be like, oh my God, it was, and I got so excited. I'm like, I cannot believe
I
you know
have to Google.
this.
Can I Google this real fast?
Absolutely,
Okay,
please,
thanks.
please, please, please.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to Google
Did
this.
Jeremy Irons play
Yeah,
Jafar?
because I don't want to spread misinformation.
Yeah.
I'm not all about.
That's not what we're here.
Yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't Jafar.
Oh, Jeremy Irons did Scar
He
from
played Scar. That's what I meant. Sorry.
But you're right though, because like Scar another great villain
Okay.
performance, I think,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a villain that like kind of like solidified what like we see of as villains. And like this father was exactly like that. And like not that I needed like I obviously don't need realism like too much realism in like a historical romance, but like you want your characters to be human beings, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, he was just bad. Well, okay. I don't remember why Jafar. I think he was just jealous and wanted power and money,
Right, right.
which isn't too far off from people in power right now.
Hmm.
But like Scar, you understood that he was like the wronged brother and it was very like
Yes.
Hamlet and blah, blah, blah. So
Hmm.
there was
Hmm.
none of that in this. He was just a bad dude who locked his wife away because she was ugly,
Yes.
locked a secret son away because he also, this is all the
The face
facial
stuff.
face stuff,
They
the
have basically a
birthmarks.
birthmark. Yeah. So I like really, really tried to give this book like I'm giving it a chance, right?
Yeah.
So I was like Googling and searching, and I was like, was there like some sort of thing in Scotland during the rise of Christianity where there was
Hmm.
like, I don't know, some sort of pandemic of birthmarks that like
Yeah.
freaked people out that like caused like some sort of like stigmatizing against this? And like there really there really wasn't like a point in history where that like happened, because I really wanted to give this book the benefit of the doubt, like of I don't know, I guess I'm like thinking of like
Was it like the
the,
Habsburg's jaw? Like, do you know what I'm
exactly,
saying? Like, was it
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that where it was just like this inbreeding? But I think it was No, I don't
No,
think it was
there
based on
wasn't.
anything.
Yeah, like it was seems like okay, yeah, there was like leprosy and like people who were like overly, you know, scared in terms of like, kind of like the with the rise of Christianity and like witchcraft and stuff, but it
Oh,
wasn't
and
like
Anne Boleyn, supposedly they said she had six fingers, right?
right. Yes. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
who knows if that's actually true, if they were just like, she's a witch.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, like everything was made up. And so yeah, I think it all like kind of went back. There wasn't like a specific thing that made this like my point is, I guess maybe if the father was like, she has a birthmark, I'm scared she's Satan, then I understand, right? Like, I understand why he would hide her
mhm,
away. He's afraid, he's very highly religious, he's pious, blah, blah, blah.
mhm.
But he's just like, she has a birthmark, let me hide her away. Like there wasn't that extra layer.
No, no, he was just really mean to Donalda. That was the name.
Yes, Donalda.
What a name. Um,
Donald, but A. Yeah,
yeah,
Donalda.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was hidden away. Yeah, and then he just lost all their money.
Yeah.
And so he needed more money. And he
Mm-hmm.
never had money in the first place. That's why he married this freak show,
Yeah.
Donalda.
Birthmark lady,
Birthmark.
birthmark freak.
If you
Yeah.
have a birthmark, whoa, or if you're fat in this book, just get out of town.
Yeah, yeah. That's why,
Um,
again, AI, I think it has no sense of creativity and it just is like taking things on the surface to like
yeah,
make a book.
he was just a piece of shit. I have a question for you, Becky. When you were
Yes.
like imagining this castle,
Hmm.
what was like, what did it look like, and did it map onto any movies? Because I have a movie in my brain
Okay.
that's
Hmm.
not a good movie, but it's a movie from my childhood, and that I think of when I think of this.
Okay. I am not going to lie, but I pictured two castles and they're not in the past.
Okay.
One, when I was in middle school, I was like obsessed with Enya. And I remember there was
Oh
she
yes.
lives in a
She
Scottish
lives in the
castle.
castle. She
And
just like took
yeah,
her money and was like, "Fuck off! I'm gonna be." She's what J.K. Rowling should be doing.
thank you. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
she's like honestly, I haven't heard from her in years and she's my idol. But I remember 2020 was doing like a tour of her house and I was like, this is amazing. So that mixed with the castle on trade because I am watching Traders on
Oh,
Bravo.
okay.
So my brain was like a little bit there as well. So there was nothing I didn't picture a specific
Oh.
movie, but like what was your movie?
Okay, so do you remember like Robin Hood, Men and Thieves? Like, okay, I
Yes.
think okay, there was a witch there who had a
Oh,
dungeon, and that was what
okay.
I imagined. It was like dirty and gross, and like
Hmm.
the old
You're probably
crones,
right. Yeah.
like just breaking eggs that had blood in them, and then foretelling the future in it, and like
Hmm.
that's what I saw. Just no light, no windows, so cold, so dark, um, and gross.
Yeah. Well, this is something that I'm realizing, and this and you studied medieval history, so you're going to be like,
Well, I
well,
mean, now I'm
duh.
saying it, and I was mostly I studied like religion at that time, so like and
But
art history. Yeah,
sure. That said, though, like when we think castle, like I'm honestly going to like like my niece is really into princesses right now, so I'm thinking fairy
sure.
tale castle. And then like it wasn't until like 3 years ago I realized like, oh, these were like military things. This
It
was
was
all about
mostly military things, and they were.
yeah.
I mean, it depended on where it was and in what
Hmm.
country, but I do think at that time it was mostly like, yeah, like a fortress and
Hmm.
pretty cold and pretty
Yeah.
drafty and
It was like more about protection than like
status.
than like grandeur. And
Mhm.
so I was like,
Not a
oh yeah, that makes
palace.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that's what I pictured, and it seemed people seemed stinky, but nobody was like offended by people's smells.
No, no.
Did they mention the Baron's smell ever?
There was something where like hit when his gout got worse that there might have been a stench from some sort of
I'm like,
scab or
why did they
something.
hate him so much? And they all must have stunk. Like they didn't brush their teeth. They didn't like
No.
um
These people were washing their hands in shit water. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
and that's what's very funny to me about reading historical romance is like how like not this obviously not this one because it's terrible but like other ones where it's like they kind of like romanticize like living in castles and having nice dresses and like being aristocratic and I'm like you're still like getting dysentery all the time and
Yes.
not washing your hands and like don't know what antibacterial medicine is.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, just disgusting. People didn't wash their hands until like recently.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
did you ever read about Typhoid Mary and how like
Yes.
they were like you gotta like start washing your hands, girl.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
gotta. We are gonna put you away. Just wash your hands. And she would
Mhm.
rather escape than wash her hands and just
Yes.
reinfect people.
Hmm.
Wild, but I digress. It was
but
gross.
but yeah, it is gross, and it's like interesting because like there are still people like that, who are just like so not to the extent of like Typhoid
No
Mary,
offense, but like
but
men.
yeah,
I swear to God,
yes,
like I don't
yeah,
believe you when you're washing your. At least
hmm,
maybe I'm just like basing this off of having a son, but I'm like, did you really wash your hands? Did you
oh
wash
yeah,
your hands?
and
Come on,
I mean obviously like with kids, like I'm just like you
you
have
didn't wash your hands.
you didn't
You
wash your hands,
filthy.
you have to
Yeah,
do these things like you're disgusting. So it's like yeah, all these kids are a bunch of Typhoid Marys,
they're a bunch
and
of typhoid Marys.
yeah, hmm, hmm,
Yeah, and then the book after they got together, like the Baron went after them and Craig went after them, and then they would dip into the past of these characters. And
yes.
I was, did you finish the book?
It took me so fucking long to finish this book, and
Okay.
it's actually not and if you didn't finish, I think
I
that's
got to
fine. Yeah,
71% on the Kindle.
I think that's enough. Like, and that's because like we were duped, and we are chumps, and I feel like this. I was just listening to a podcast about scams and talking about Ponzi schemes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I think we were conned
I
to
want
the
my
highest
dollar
degree.
back.
To the
Okay,
highest
here's
degree.
what the real scam is. So after reading 71%, not the full thing, because I was like,
Mhm.
where is this story going?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's no tension in it. Like, I don't, nothing is going on. Once
yeah.
they're together, they're together. She escaped this baron,
Hmm.
whose biggest sin was having gout.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't really care anymore. Um, but the Goodreads and the Amazon reviews of this
Yes.
are so good. And I'm like, what the hell?
That's another thing that I think we should be suing for Amazon, not only for like the reviews of it all, which
Yeah.
probably could have been AI, but the fact that like this is under the category of romance. Like this isn't like yeah, it's a love story, but this is like more of a medieval, like a really shittily written medieval like heist savior story. Like this is like Father Columba, who I actually realized was a real person. Like he seems like more of the hero
Yeah,
orchestrating
he was
everything.
cool.
Yeah,
Greg, and
yeah.
I guess he was in another book because I read some reviews,
Mm-hmm.
and Gregor and him were in another book.
Okay.
And they seemed a little more fleshed out and to have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it had great reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
like really like I don't know who if these people are real. I want to reach out to them because they were like a good clean romance. And I'm like it was so clean.
I know. And like I was like I like in my algorithms it was like showing up as steamy. And like
Steamy in what sense?
I do not know what people mean by words.
Under the pelts, they were steaming because they were just warm with the
Maybe
big
that's it.
fire. I think that's what it
It was
was.
summer. It was
It was
summer. So
summer.
yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
summer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Mm.
I was like uh, the only thing I got out of it was a
Mhm.
reminder that if I lived during that time, being in a convent didn't sound so bad.
Yeah, it actually sounded great. I
It
was
sounded
just like, good
great.
for her. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
they get to
yeah.
go read and be quiet. Cool.
And like honestly, another thing is that like when she goes to the convent, like I think there's like a thing of like I'm gonna send you to a nunnery, and like the kind of the narrative there is like you're gonna be under like a mean mother superior. You're gonna have to like be
Yeah.
bullied and do shit all day.
No.
And I'm like, this sounds like camp. This
No,
is
this is just like
fun.
summer camp, but like a
Yeah.
lot of Jesus, but
Hmm.
whatever.
Who cares? There's
Who
Jesus
cares? You get
everywhere.
fed, you get to do like crafts.
You're playing with like kids and they who love you. Everyone's nice. Like,
Yeah, everyone's so kind and supportive.
and
I
I'm like,
mean, that was like I want to go to there, not any of the other places.
yeah, I think it was smart that you only read up to 71% because what first of all, you value your time. Second of all,
We
I
can't get
feel
that
like
time back,
you
Becky.
I know.
It
I
was
owe you so
lost.
much time. It was
No,
a
no,
lot of
no.
last night.
Okay, I was about 50% of the way into the book.
Hmm.
Because again, the Kindle lets you know the percentage you're
Which I love. Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
Um, like I almost contacted you was like, this is, are you sure that I don't think I'm reading the right book?
I was gonna contact you that, and like, but um, here's the thing, like, because like
Yeah.
I was I like I was gonna contact you that, but I hadn't started. You had already started reading, and I was like, oh shit, she started reading. I'm sure she's in the midst of it. I don't want to have to make her read another book, so I was like, I'll just power through it because I didn't read this until a few days before our first scheduled record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I did it last minute. I do everything last minute. What can I say? ADHD. That's me. So I was like, oh, and I like opened, and this has happened so many times as well, where I'll like read a book at the last minute scheduled with someone, and I'm like, oh fuck, I hope they're okay. Like, you know.
No, I'm totally okay. I mean, it was
Mhm.
still like a fun escape from like what's happening.
Yes, I mean, I'm actually like, I'm glad that I read it because I think it's like helping me. I think it's gonna help me in the end, like with like media literacy and like understand like, okay, when you like AI isn't creative, it's there to generate content, and this is a generation of content that had to be under or over a certain word count in order to qualify on Amazon.
Yep.
This is a data driven story, and now I know what that looks like. So I will say that I'm glad I gained that knowledge.
That's a really adult way of looking at it.
I mean, I was whining about it earlier and just like
No,
punching
no,
a
no.
wall.
It's just
Yeah.
like I was just shocked because you were like, okay, this is like a romance,
Hmm.
podcast. Do you like
Yep.
romances? And I'm like, yeah, I do like romances. And then I was like picturing heated
Yep.
rivalry. I
Me
was
too.
like
Hmm.
smut and like
Hmm.
this was so chaste.
So chaste. And like not not at it wasn't even written in even the stuff that was like, where they would talk about, like there was one part where they referred to, and it wasn't even the main character, again, why, but like, referred to her clit as like a secret place or something. And it was just like, I'm like, this feels like it was written by, I don't know, like this doesn't feel right. This like doesn't feel right.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
secret
But
place. Way to make sex
yes.
unsexy. Like it made sex
Yes.
really unsexy.
It made me not want to have it. Like there was like one part where like it, they're getting undressed, and like there was a sentence that was like she was one person without clothes on, and she was looking at another person without clothes on, and that was the sentence, and I'm like, this is robot
No,
speak.
you know what? That sounds like one of like my kid when he was like 5, being like, and then there was like one person without clothes on, and then there was another person without clothes on,
Hmm.
and they showed each other the butts.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, like it's like this is
It's
so
yeah.
dumb.
It's so dumb. Like, and I think that's like, I feel like AI is so dumb. Like, I think it's like, it does, like, it's very, like, it's so childlike,
You know
like,
what?
it's
And
mama. That's what it's
Mama,
doing.
I
Yeah.
know. So my niece and nephew are like, I guess my kids are Gen Alpha and
Hmm.
they're Gen Z. They they immediately like hate anything AI.
Hmm.
And all of their friends do. So I think there's hope,
Yeah.
just that like the younger generations are hip to it and are like craving something real.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. So maybe you're right. We won't have regulations for a while on it in this country, but
I
maybe some
know.
other countries can start doing it.
Hopefully. Yeah. Like, I
Hopefully.
always feel like I'm always like miss it. Like, I'm always at the worst of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I'm the one. Like, okay, we read the AI book. I'm glad that our younger generations are no longer going to have AI, but I'm like, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
It's just such a shit show right now.
Such a
Um,
shit show. Okay.
yes.
So,
Hmm.
in terms of the lack of steam,
Yes.
I owe you one. First of all, you have to come back and we have to review like a full on romance, not this. This was, I'll say it, shit. This was
It was really bad.
it was
It
really
was really
bad.
bad. I feel like you could just watch a Rick Steves
Hmm.
on Scotland
Hmm.
And Rick Steves is the most, I love him to death, but he is the
Yes.
most asexual human being I've ever encountered.
Correct. Correct.
You could watch him and then lightly rub against the couch, and that is
Mhm.
steamier than this. And I'm not talking. You have your
Agreed.
clothes 100% on. It's just like
Agreed.
you graze the couch with your buttocks,
Hmm.
and that is so much steamier than this book.
Absolutely. It was like you could watch like honestly
Mhm.
like that character from The Simpsons and that's like hotter.
Oh no! Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh my God, I'm so bad.
I
I know who you're talking
Willie
about.
Willie, I don't know.
Billy.
I
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
names too.
He's the
It's so
janitor,
bad.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that guy. The groundskeeper Willie.
groundskeeper.
We got there.
You
We
got there.
got
You
there.
got there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that would be hotter.
That would
This
be
was
hotter.
just, yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't understand the
Yeah.
attraction. I feel like also, you know, in general, like if in a book, if just people are hot and they're just having sex, like that's sexy. But it's like if there's the romance and the push and pull, that makes it so much sexier.
We need the tension. I
You
mean, I
need the
think
tension. Yeah.
that's what like I think that's what lot of like readers and like anyone who likes any sort of like romance narrative loves. It's the buildup, it's the tension. It's not like, yeah, watching two hot people have sex is great, but like it's like we have to earn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there was none of that.
Yeah,
They
yeah. And I'm
wanted
just
to
like,
get
oh,
married right away. No tension.
yeah. There was no like meet cute. I mean, like it. The part that you missed at the end was, and this
Oh
is why I
yeah,
think
please
it was
tell me.
written out of order, is that it goes, it flashes back to Gregor when he meets Iona for the first time.
In the convent?
Yeah. So what is that play? It's like called like the last 5 years, where like someone's story is moving forward and the other is moving backwards. And I think it was an
Oh,
attempt
okay.
to be like that. So that's why I felt like it was out of order. But like if you're gonna do that as a storyteller, like there's a you can't, each flashback has to reveal something new about the story. Like you need a
Yeah,
flashback
or
for
the
a reason.
characters or anything. And it was just
Yeah.
like, it was like, it's like when I teach improv to kids
Hmm.
and we're doing like, building a story together one sentence at a time or
Yeah.
something like that on a simple subject. And they're just like, and then this happened. And then they're like, the next kid is like, and then this crazy thing happened. And nothing is building
Right. Yeah.
on itself. Like
Hmm.
nobody's
Hmm.
listening. They're just trying to like do the no offense, but these kids are great. I'm just saying like the first time that they do it, like it's a natural reaction and it felt like those kids were writing this book.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then this happened and then that guy, oh well, he's going to get with her best friend. The brother's going to get with their best friend. Do they belong together? Is there any steam? Nope.
No. Yes. It was like playing dolls almost. It was like watching kids play dolls.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
But
And
honestly,
yeah,
you do feel that dolls being played with is sexy, right? That's
sure.
how what gets you off.
That's what gets me up. I love watching two Barbies go at it
Just
and
yeah,
making
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, but fully clothed Barbies.
fully clothed Barbies,
Mhm.
and just with no genitalia, just rubbing up
Yeah,
against each other.
yeah.
That
Me
that
too.
to me is
I think
romantic.
that's just normal. I think
Okay.
yeah, I think it's just normal.
Okay, thank God.
No, but there was nothing sexy about
Nothing
this.
sexy. Like when you were studying like medieval history and like took classes and stuff, and you mentioned that like okay, it was very like religious based.
Mhm.
Like did like maybe taboo topics ever like come up? Like,
Oh yeah. I mean,
mm-hmm,
like people talked about sex and farting and fucking all the time.
mm-hmm,
Um, yeah, yeah. In the Canterbury Tales,
mm-hmm,
um, tons of body stuff,
mm-hmm.
tons of body stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this chase time, and there were female authors. Christine de Pizan, she was like an author in medieval France,
Mm-hmm.
and she wrote about Joan of Arc and stuff like that. And so there were like, and she wrote about. It kind of was like a feminist writer in the Middle Ages. So there was stuff going on that we don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about. We call it it goes like to the Dark Ages, or like you'll go to like I went to the like a Renaissance fair and then it's like everyone's like this is medieval times and you're like they're two different.
Yeah, right.
But
Yes.
everything is like kind of simplified and different areas had had more going on in terms of, intellectual things and
Hmm.
architecture and art. And so it wasn't all like these photos of like Mary and Jesus is like the same size. Have you ever seen those skinny Jesus
Yes.
things? That's
Hmm.
really, I love that.
Yeah.
Um, but there was better art than that in the Middle Ages. I'm getting off topic. I guess what I'm
This
saying
is
is that
fascinating to
people
me.
people
Hmm.
talked about like it was much more nuanced than it is now.
Hmm.
But with a cloud of religion, if you put a cloud of religion over anything, like a lot of like thinking is going to be suppressed. So,
Right, totally. I mean, I like, again, I do get my ADHD hyperfixations. I love a history podcast lately.
oh, are
I
you listening to The Rest is History?
No, I'm listening to Betwixt the Sheets.
Okay, okay, okay. So what I'm gonna write this down because I
Okay.
won't remember anything.
Mhm.
Betwixt the sheets.
It's Betwixt the Sheets, and
Oh my
it's
God.
about sex and like taboo kind of stuff throughout history. And like
Uh-huh.
the network is called the History Hit Network, and they do like other things like medieval times after dark, and they talk about like, things that you wouldn't like see in like history books, of just like there was like they did like one series on like the how like toilets became invented. And I'm like, this is fascinating.
God, thank God for a toilet.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just the sanitation when they would talked about like people like just throwing their waste onto streets. I'm like, ugh,
Oh, yeah.
ugh.
And there was like they would like hire people to do that. And like and it was just like it's probably the smell of it all. Ugh.
Oh, it was gonna just be. And then everyone just they didn't actually, particularly like you had to like boil water and then wait, like heat it up and then
Mhm.
wait. And people wouldn't take baths that frequently. I think they
Mhm.
would like spot, like,
Yes.
like
Like a
wash up.
yeah, yeah. What's it called? A
Um,
horror bath or something
yeah,
where it's like
yeah, a horror
yeah.
bath. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I love a horror bath, by the way.
They
Um,
count as baths.
they kind of baths, but like then just like when perfume became in vogue, just like dousing yourself. It was just a bit of a, and perfume gives me such like a migraine. Like I'm like
Yes.
everyone just must have been. It must have been terrible.
Yes. You know what makes me think of I think it was like the John Adams miniseries on HBO that came out a few years ago,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
remember there was like a sequence where he travels to France and he
Yes.
goes to see Louis the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
whatever she.
Benjamin Franklin is there.
Yes, yeah, and they're showing all the people in French
Yes.
with like the this perfect white makeup, these beautiful clothes, but their teeth are disgusting
Yes.
and like their hands are disgusting. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this that to me is fascinating. Like this is like
Just nasty.
they were so disgusting and gross, but all it was covered up. And it's really interesting because I remember when I was in Paris, like there are a lot of like places that were called perfumeries,
Yes.
that I think that like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where like
It came like that was a whole
yeah.
thing, but it was like, oh, it's just like covering up the stench.
Yeah.
Um, but betwixt the sheets, okay,
It's very
okay,
fun. I love listening to it, and like
okay.
she's very fun. She has a lot of fun like guests and things like that, and it's all like it's very naughty, it's very sexy. I highly
Oh,
recommend.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
there's naughtiness. We're humans, right? So there's
Mhm.
naughtiness from the beginning of time. Like people want
Absolutely.
it's like a biological imperative that the majority of humans want to fuck. So,
It's very fascinating, like hearing about like obviously, like I'm imagining a lot of things were destroyed and burned, especially things that were considered taboo. But like when like an archaeologist like finds like, yeah, I don't know, ancient porn or something, I'm like,
oh yeah,
I
or
love
like
this.
yeah, like Pompeii, there were like
Yes.
yeah, they found like they definitely found body drawings, but I think they found like sex toys. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Ooh, you're
I think
probably
so.
right. Yeah.
Because it was like a vacation spot. So when you're on
Hmm.
vacation, you're gonna get your fuck on.
Yeah. Or like even
That's what I always tell my husband. I'm
yeah,
like, when I'm on vacation, I'm gonna get my fuck on.
you stay here.
You stay here. No, that's not at all. At all.
Listen, no, this is a no
There's no
judgment
judgment.
podcast.
This is no judgment
This is
zone.
no judgment pod.
Except for
Um,
about the book. We
except for
judge
about the
that a
book.
lot.
Especially about okay, we'll judge especially about the book when it says that it was written by a human being and it wasn't. And I have never been this hard on a book before. Like I am always like I we're in like the arts, and it's hard to make stuff and it's hard to put stuff out there.
Mhm.
But and I'm usually like a lot, like I feel like I'm a lot more forgiving. I have
Okay.
never been so mean about a book than this last.
It was
Yeah,
just really, really bad.
it was
Nobody
terrible.
read it.
No.
Just don't.
Yeah. Just don't.
Just don't.
I feel like I'm because like there are so many like I've read so many other Highlander books that are so sexy and so many other like nuns doing it with priests that are so sexy
Yeah.
and I love it and I'm just like the I don't know like I just am like ugh.
This was like the sexiness of Remains of the Day, but without any of the tension or romance or like that's such a beautiful movie. But like
Hmm.
it was just like that was the sexiness of it. There was no
Yes.
that was sexier, actually. Never mind. Scratch that. Emma Thompson, so fucking sexy.
Yeah, honestly, everything in the world is sexier than this book. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think we can find anything less sexy than what we read.
Um,
Um,
Donald Trump.
yeah, yeah, you just said it. Donald Trump is less
Yeah,
sexy.
yeah,
You're
he's less
right. Yeah,
sexy.
okay,
Yep,
I take that
yeah.
back.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Sorry
no,
to
you're
bring his
right.
name into this.
Well,
I'll
we
have to
gotta.
sage the room afterwards.
Yeah, it's okay. Like this is, I don't want to talk. I don't want to say mistruths, untruths, or whatever
Yeah,
the
but he's the
not truths.
grossest. Yeah, yeah. But this book,
That guy
second,
is
second,
second. It's like
second.
the Donald Trump, dare I say, of Highlander nun hidden romances.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
So, okay,
Hmm.
I am not a romance author. I don't
You aren't?
consider I'm well, like I'm not
You
a
should be.
I know. I'm trying. Like I feel like it's like on the to-do list and I always have ideas, but again, I'm terrible at tasks. Um, but with this, I was like, I owe you something. So I did right. I'll share my screen. So I did write a sexy scene. And I
Oh.
did it's not, but it's not good because I'm whatever. So
Stop.
you're right. But here's the thing. I did some research and there was this like thing of like medieval dirty talk throughout the ages.
Oh, sure, sure. Yes, definitely.
So
Hmm.
what I'm thinking is I'll share my screen. How would you feel if I were to read like the prose of what's happening and
Yeah.
then you read the dialogue as sexy as possible with this medieval dirty talk of like what they referred to as like dicks and vaginas and sex and
Right.
stuff.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sure. I think
Okay.
I think I understand, and if I don't, you'll just tell me I'm
I
not
did.
understanding it.
Yes. I actually did a terrible job explaining it. And like I even wrote down how I would explain it. And I did. And I then I didn't even look at it. Things are great, you
Things are
guys.
doing this is just it's like easy peasy. We're recording this the week of February 2nd, 2026.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
as you know, nothing's going on in the United States, so it's all good.
Is like logging on to I mean logging onto Instagram was nuts. Okay, let me find it. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys. This is the okay. And everyone will be able to see this, right?
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Okay,
And if
great.
not, I'll put this video online and for the people who listen. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, cool, cool. The this is the book cover, and I could
Mhm.
barely see it on my Kindle.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things that people on Goodreads loved, and this is what makes me think like, are these people real?
Yeah.
Because this is not the best photo I've ever seen. He doesn't look
Mhm.
Scottish.
No, he
She
looks like
doesn't look
yeah.
Scottish. Everyone, they look kind of vaguely southern France, northern
You're right.
Spain.
He
They've
had
been in the
yeah.
sun.
They have
They're not
sun. Yeah.
vitamin D deficient. I
Right.
pictured the people in this as bruising easily, vitamin D deficient, stinky, and
Yes.
this is not the clothes of somebody in the Middle Ages. Anyways,
Right.
okay.
No, you're absolutely right. And honestly, even so, okay, we love like there's like sexy Highlanders, shirtless kilts. We love it. I love, whatever. Even
Nice
that,
arms.
but like she's not even dressed as a nun. And he's not really a
No,
Highlander. He's a monk. Like, really,
she's
this
dressed
is
in like a prom dress from 1988. She kind of has a choker thing on.
mm-hmm,
She's
mm-hmm.
straining her neck like it's like maybe he's her yoga instructor and she's
Yes.
trying to do a back bend.
Yes, he's helping
But
her with like a pigeon. Yeah, yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll start off with okay, let me go to the next page. So
Okay.
I'll read this part. Okay. So waking up. Sister Iona shivered with the chilled heat of arousal. In her dream, the ruggedly handsome Highlander hovered his lips near her naked sex, whispering. And now you're going to say what the Highlander whispered in medieval dirty talk.
I would fain to woo thee, who's another hill.
That was hot as fuck.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Continuing on. Iona groaned through her untamed frustration.
Who
She
says
was,
untamed frustration?
I don't
What the
know.
hell?
I mean, listen, this is why I can't be a writer. Scolding to herself.
Who scolds to themselves? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Stint thy mirk musing about the bonny lad groping for trout in your peculiar river.
I'm just, again, turned on. This is
Thank you.
making up for it.
Your peculiar river? Is that a penis?
I think that peculiar river is a vagina. And I
Wait,
think,
but the bonny lad groping for trout in the peculiar river?
I feel like
Wait,
groping.
why is she saying about her own vagina?
Because she had, see, this is my terrible writing. She was thinking about him going down on her.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
groping for the trout.
Mm-hmm.
Is the trout the clitoris?
I think so. Or yeah, because it's like
so it's like jumping out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Hot.
Okay, really hot, but this is really hot. And this is also really historically accurate. You don't need to look it up to verify. Everything that this is historically accurate.
You know, you're a historian. So
yeah. Okay, I really. But okay. But when she went to repent in the chapel, there was the Highlander. He's there. So now she's finally seeing the Highlander. He's wearing nothing but a kilt and his bare torso, sculpted by the patron saint of perfection. Looking at him, Iona whispered,
Gregor, ye verily stripped all raiment. Is that meaning you're naked?
I think, yes, that does mean you're naked.
Cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. With a manly hunger, he approached her before cupping her face.
Cupping her face? Fuck you. Min beloved, I hath been grooming me one-eyed horse. He's been grooming his dick?
Jerking off. That was a term for jerking off.
Oh.
Grooming the one-eyed horse.
That's hot.
I like it. Or they would say like grooming the dragon. Okay. He then went on
fire. I don't want fire to come out at me.
No, we don't want UTIs. Okay.
Oh, but then you get treasure because the dragon like it's like in Lord of the Rings. There's treasure.
Yeah, but
or like Beowulf.
I guess like babies is the treasure of it all, but
oh no, that's not true.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So then the Highlander went on to confess,
I was playing at swiving, ya little purse of pleasure, soothly, my sweet. So swiving, was he gonna touch her?
I think it's fucking. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Right away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And little purse of pleasure was a term called for vagina.
Barf.
Yeah. It gets worse. Okay. It was then Iona realized she no longer wanted to worship the Lord and Savior. She wanted to worship him, the Highlander. With need, she said.
Yeah, a little religious blasphemy. Mm-hmm. Gregor, allow the that was doing his voice. Sorry.
No, you're doing great.
Allow thy bandabade to pray with the upward knees to thy womb sweeper. What? Womb sweeper?
Horrifying. But that's a dick.
It sweeps the womb.
It sweeps the womb. And praying with upward knees means you're having a woman's on her back having sex.
Okay, got it.
This is historically accurate. No one needs to look this up. Okay.
No, it's great. I really also like, did you put little dicks on her eyes?
I did put dicks on her eyes, just to like really highlight she wants this woman
wants his womb sweeper.
She wants her womb swept and she wants it cleaned up, swept day and night.
Yeah. You know what? I had my womb swept last week. I got my pap smear, ladies. Get your pap smear. Okay.
See, no wonder the doctors were looking at me weird.
Womb swab. Because you ever made the mistake of looking at the Q-tips on their things? You're like, it's like a foot wide, these Q-tips. And they're not
Mhm.
wide, long. Okay,
You
let's
know
go.
what's so funny? Oh wait, I've this is a side ADHD, but I haven't
Yeah,
told anyone this aloud yet.
yeah.
But it's just been in my mind. So like obviously I have pelvic pain, people know, whatever. And so it's something I always have to like disclose to when I go to the OBGYN. And so I did that recently with my most recent one. And she showed me the speculum like it was a bottle of wine. Like she
She was a sommelier,
like she was a
like a
sommelier.
speculum sommelier.
And she was like here, like she was like presenting it like so like grandly and honorably. It's like,
Oh,
this is the speculum, it's a blah blah blah. Like, and I okay. Like it looks good. Like that's what I said. I was like,
great.
it
Oh,
looks
good.
good.
Do you want to
Yeah.
swirl it
Um
around your mouth first? Okay, great.
yeah,
Sorry.
and she swept my room real good.
Great.
And yeah, okay. So with righteous passion,
Mhm.
Gregor lifted Iona to the pulpit, ripping off her habit. Gazing between her legs, he said,
Oh, he is giving her a pap.
mm-hmm. He's giving her a pap. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Forsooth, your constant gap aches for a goat's jig. Is it not say?
Okay.
Okay, so I think your constant gap is your vagina.
Yes.
Aches for a goat's jig, that's sex. Is
Yes.
it night?
I feel like it's is it not so or something. Yeah.
Noxe. Is it
hmm
noxe? Oh, you're
Yeah.
so
I
right.
think
Okay.
so.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
So Gregor unfastened his belt, letting his kilt drop to the floor. His cock was godlier than the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost combined.
Wow,
In
there is a lot of religious blasphemy here. Okay, got it.
I wrote
Cool.
it and I'll own it. Okay.
Wow, wow. Okay.
Okay. Impressed, Iona said,
Methinks it behoveth us to plat a rum scuttle and clapper the pouch. Okay, we need to plate. We need
mm-hmm.
to have butt sex.
I think that might be it. Yeah. I feel like
Really? Rump scuttle seems like butt sex.
okay, this is what I think. And I didn't look this up because I didn't have to because I'm a historian.
Yeah, you are. You because you know all of this.
Like rump scuttle and clapper de pouch feels like maybe it was like some sort of medieval game. And then like when adults would say,
Oh.
oh, let's play rump scuttle and clapper de pouch, it was like us like the equivalent of us being like Netflix chill. Maybe
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just
it's that or it's full fisting of the asshole.
yeah.
It's one of the two. I don't
It's
know.
it's either that full fisting of the asshole or completely made up, and I found it on a really shitty website with
Okay,
misinformation.
okay,
Okay, so
all right.
they gave in into their sinful desires. In the heat of passion, Gregor growled,
Doeth your coney borrow ta good pleasure from this gristle hammer?
and I'm so turned on right now. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to make you
Sorry.
uncomfortable.
No, no,
It's
it's
really
okay.
hot.
I wet my chair. Fully wet it.
Okay, it's almost done. Okay,
Okay.
and as she was seeing stars, Iona moaned.
Aye, mine privy is weel placed by the great stature of your what? Queerly?
Sounds right to me.
She's enjoying it.
She's enjoying it. My privy vagina. Wheel pleased means like that was good.
Yeah.
Um, Quilly hilly or whatever that word is. I found it. I
The
guess
penis?
it's a term for penis.
And then great stature. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a big dong.
Yeah.
This
Mm-hmm.
is no micropene.
No, this Highlander he's a
Hmm.
Highlander for a reason. You know what I
He's
mean?
hung. The Highlander is hung.
The Highlander is hung.
Like a one-eyed
Finally,
horse.
like the he's hung like a one-eyed horse.
Mhm.
Finally, the Highlander came together with his secret nun, and they lived happily ever after. The end.
The end. Sorry for my Scottish accent.
This is exactly what I wanted of you to
Okay.
read that medieval dirty talk. You don't need to verify if it's accurate or not. It's
No, no, it's
100%.
100% accurate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
That writing was better than the book.
Thank God. I felt like I owed you something, you know?
No, it
Like,
was great. It was
yeah.
great. And you owe me nothing. It was
Um,
still fun to read, and it was better than reading Reddit and like
oh God,
reading the
yes.
news.
It was better
Uh,
than reading Reddit, reading news. And it was like, I did like it did take me down a few rabbit holes, which like who doesn't love a rabbit hole to kind of also get you out of the current state of the world. Columba was a real was a real
He
saint.
he was a saint, and
Mm-hmm.
he also solved crimes and
Oh,
mysteries.
okay. Mm-hmm.
And he had a gruff voice,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Columbo.
Very
And
interesting.
so
And
they're the same guy.
got it. Okay.
Hmm.
And then Iona, that's the name of the island where is in real life. Like there is an island where one of the first convents of Scotland where Columba worked out of, I think.
Oh,
So you learned some
so
history.
you learned some history, and
And
we
yeah,
learned about, you know, um, Rumscuttle and
and Clumper Pouch.
yep,
Rumscuttle and Clumper Pouch. Yeah.
yeah.
So now you have some like I feel like when you go on vacation to fuck, you now have some new vernacular you can use to really just
I
turn
will bring
yeah.
that into the bathroom. The bathroom. That's right.
Yes. Bring it into the bathroom.
The bedroom. The bathroom. And I think my husband will be like, "Stop it!
Yeah. No
You
judgment.
sound like you sound terrible. You sound like you're trying to do Brave, the movie Brave, and
Mm-hmm.
you sound. I just my penis retreated into
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
body because it was so unsexy.
Well, I find it sexy if it makes you feel any
Thank
better.
you. Thank you.
Yes. Um, and thank you so much for doing this. This
Thank
is
you.
like this was honestly like this recording was like totally worth reading the book. I owe you
You owe
so
me
much
nothing.
more.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no.
well, I owe you
Write
like,
your book and then we'll read that.
you know what? You're absolutely right. I'll write a book for you.
Thank
What
you.
if I was to write a book and then I just like put it into Chat GPT of just like write a romance real quick and I'll send it to Anne and then I send you another
And it's like
AI book.
really good.
Yeah.
And it's like the steamiest thing ever.
Like,
Ah,
oh,
yeah.
AI's evolved since blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. When did this one come up in like 2023 or something?
This is what blew my mind, and this is also what's confusing. It says it was out in 2018, but it
Then it
couldn't
can't
have
be.
been. It
It
can't
can't.
be.
I don't know if it was fully AI. It just seems like maybe she was just using like, I don't know. This is like
A
there was no
translator?
inner thought to anything. So maybe
Yeah.
I sounded like it did feel like an outline that had extra words around it.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, maybe like, did she like one, could it have been like a translator or something? And the translator, like, just kind of that you found
Was
on like,
bad at their job.
yeah, yeah. Like, oh, like it was like someone you found on like Upwork or Fiverr who didn't realize they were translating maybe romance or something. But
Okay.
there's the craft is not there. And that's what's like so
Yeah.
confusing about this is I think this all goes to show that there is a craft to writing this and it can't be you can't have a craft without the human warmth of a body and a
No,
soul.
it was as cold as a Scottish castle.
Cold as a Scottish castle and not Enya's.
No, hers is fabulous, or the
Yeah.
traders.
That's a warm castle.
It's a warm castle. Yeah.
Um oh, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
doing this.
Thank
This
you.
was
This was
so
fun.
fun.
Thanks, Becky.
Yay. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of TSTL. I hope you have a womb sweeping rest of your day. 'Cause I